And I think, like we said the other time, this process is a normal process in many serious government. When you think that you want to rejig your cabinet to stimulate it further, to bring it about productivity and efficiency. But again, sometimes again, there are ways around it, whether you want to measure it at the level of politics or the level of performance. And it's even more, always more gratifying when you are measuring it at the level of performance, because that will be much more value adding. But in any case, we have seen this development now. It is upon us, and we'll have a new set of ministers. And to the specific question of what we're expecting in trade, industry, and investment, of course, so much, we're a country that is monocultural, solely dependent on oil. And over the years, we've been talking about diversification, we've been talking about steel development, agricultural development, and of course, every other area that can add, that can combine with oil, to generate wealth, resources, income, as the case could be. Trade, industrial, and investment is one such area, and of course, it's an area that has been less, focused on in many years because of because of our obfuscation, because of our deep belief in the oil sector. Now we have a minister who has an experience working in the ease of doing business exercise earlier on, and of course who has substantial experience in the private sector, who also can be very visionary, articulate, obviously knows our onions, by her pedigree. And what we're expecting her to do in this circumstance is to bring to bear, her ability to initiate processes and see those processes implemented. Because oftentimes our being, we have also said, is not just about formulating policies and policy directions, but executing those policies, And of course, the hallmark of every good policy is not just, what you have on paper, the documentation, but the roadmap to implementation. So beyond just formulating policies in that ministry, she should also have roadmaps to implementation, because it's our being. And if we want to move to the next level, where we have productivity and efficiency, where we have result, where we have value added to our development endeavors, we need to be concerned about, results, not just formulation of policy. And I think, again, that she's been a woman, a very critical, point that we need to make is that she's got, first of all, she's representing a critical gender. It speaks to the continuing conversation around mainstreaming gender. And when we have an opposite sex an opposite gender that looks very able and that has shown it from her pedigree, of course, it's something that we should be salutary about. So we welcome her, and we hope that she will not shirk her responsibility and she will not drop the mark. What made the president to appoint her, is probably not just because of recommendation, but because of her previous performances. So what she needs to do now is to up the ante, and of course take the nation and that sector to the next level.
All right. Professor, thank you very much.